is such a very easy and quick project to do. Something nice to do if you've got 5 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes is stretching it a bit actually, but if you've got an evening spare and you have lots and lots of pieces of fabric, which I know you have, then this is something nice to do, a little decoration. You can use the fabric that you keep as scraps, just cut the motifs from those like this. You see this? I can't remember where this came from, but if you have fabric like this, you could cut some of these motifs around any fabric that's got a really nice pretty motif, little design on there. Cut those around. Now I've accumulated quite a bit of cross stitch over the years. My daughter does cross stitch. She gives me the bits that she can't use, and I've ended up with lots of these. Now what you're going to see in this project, basically things that my daughter or I have made, one or two pieces that I have bought already made up. So there's a cross section here of cross stitch. I'm just trying to use up these cross stitch bits. Now to start with, what I've done, I've decided on sizes. I don't want these too big. It's going to be a hanging decoration. I want it to be neat. I'm not sure whether they're going to go on the tree yet or hang on the wall, but I don't want anything too big and ostentatious. Okay, which is a bit unusual for me really, because I like all the bling, as you know. Look, I've got it waiting here just in case. So take that comment about ostentatiousness with a pinch of salt. Okay, that's the plan at the moment, but we don't know. So gather up any pieces that you think you can use as a centerpiece, like this and that one. Pieces of card, any old pieces of nice card, nice and clean. That's nice and clean. Not suggesting for 1 minute you're going to do as I normally do, take it out of the bin, but yeah, nice clean card, and some circles, anything circular that you think. I'm really trying to hide the shadow on this. It's now sort of late afternoon, and I'm aware that I'm going to start showing shadows, so I'll try to keep my hands out of this quite a bit. Yeah, so getting back to, as I was saying, that's a nice size, a small reel of sellotape there, little jam jar, anything that size that you like. I've tried to stick to two sizes, that size and a slightly larger. I think that's the one that I'm going to use. Okay, now I have made a start with some of these. First thing to do is cut the motif out from your fabric, and I've cut one of those out from that little piece there, popped it there, and then I've used some double-sided sellotape to stick it down onto just a piece of card. Cut round it. You could cut these pieces out first. It's up to you how you do that piece. And then I'm going to do this to several more little pieces, and as soon as I've done that, I'll get back and show you. Right, so this is how far I've got. I'm not going to cut out any more at the moment, because I think this is all that I need. So we've got these here. My daughter did some of these years ago. Some of these are vintage now. Right, here we go. And they've all been placed on card. I kept it red and Christmassy, so you can see all on cards there. I'm ready for the next step. Now, next step will be to machine sew around here. Now you could just as well do this with a nice sharp needle, pointed end, and you could do a blanket stitch around there, all the way around there. I was tempted to do this on felt and then blanket stitch, but then because I want them hanging, I thought card. But if you would prefer to do your circles on felt, if you're hand sewing, maybe that'd be the best way forward, to hand sew and blanket stitch. But I'm using card because I'm pushed for time as usual, and I'm going to do a machine stitch all the way around there. Might actually use, oh look, in the last bit I said I wasn't using any bling. Might actually put some of this down as I go round, or some gold thread. Oops, can't see that, can you? Put some of that around the edges as I go round. Well, I've moved on a little bit. I finished zigzagging all the way around the shapes, and I decided to put just a few little sparkly things on them. Now this is so when they're twirling around, as I hope they do, the light from the tree or wherever, the lamps, will just catch the lights. So they're not really meant to be seen close up. They are meant to be some sort of hanging, but whether it, as I said, a wall hanging or a tree hanging, I'm not so sure yet. They've all been backed as well. Let's have a look. No, they haven't. No, I had at first thought I would back them in felt, as I have this one, but it didn't achieve anything because they're now going to be joined together. So there will be a back and a front. So when they're hanging, they're viewable from back and front. Okay, now because they're also very thick, I'm going to actually use hot glue with my gun. Now I need to pull this down to me a little bit, and I'm just going to put super glue around the edge here. You can see the super glue there. Make sure they're both upright, they're both facing the right way, they're both up, and quickly put them together. Now with hot air glue, it's very it's not very forgiving. Once it's on, you've got very few seconds to actually change anything, so it's best to do it right first time. Also as well, be guided by the sort of fabric that you use, because some fabrics it will just burn right through it. These are cottons, so these are okay, but yeah, just be very careful. And of course it does burn your hands if you get them on your fingers. Can burn your hand, and it lifts your nail varnish. But I'm left with no alternative at the moment, because the sewing machine needle won't go through there, and neither will a hand needle. So no choice really. Now I'm going to do this, let it dry, and do it to all the others, so they will then be ready to mount or string up. Still not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but I'm actually looking at a ball of string here over the back. I might use that for the rustic look, so I'll carry on and just play that one. Well, I've moved on quite a bit. I've added some gold thread from the top circle here around. All I've done is wrapped it around, some sticks, well actually 2 sticks of cinnamon that I had in a jar in the food cupboard, and added a couple of small, well they're not small actually, some large beads on the end. Now that's just a start. I've taken the liberty of actually gluing these together very, very carefully, and I'm going to carry on doing that. I'm not sure how to arrange them actually, and some of them have got nice size. I don't know how to do this, whether to put all the nice sides, what I consider the nicer sides, together. Bearing in mind, as I said before, the back side, the back of this I should say, will be on view as well. Now all I've done to attach these, and they're quite solid, is to a little bit of hot glue between them. Not too much that it's seen, but just enough to secure them, and they are really secure. Now you could actually, if you have a nice strong needle, just do a few stitches there, but as I explained earlier on, these are so thick there is no way I'm going to get any thread through them, a needle. And to me it does feel really strange using glue instead of stitches. It's not something I really like doing on my work, but hey ho, it's Christmas. Nearly Christmas, and we're all busy people. Now, as I said, I'm not sure. I'm going to move that up slightly just to demonstrate how I'm joining these. These little birds are really nice. Do I need 2 robins, or do I need a Christmas tree and 1 robin? Do I need that robin and Father Christmas? Oh, no. I think I'll have that robin. Oh no, I like that robin as well. I like that Father Christmas. I'm going to keep both robins. Right, now, to do this, all I'm doing, doesn't matter which way I do this because it's a circle. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue here on the edge. Right, if it comes out, there it is, just a blob. Try to keep it neat and put that in there, making sure not to glue it to whatever you're leaning on. I've purposely removed the vinyl sheet and put some red here so you can see it, because these were actually getting lost on the sheet that I normally use, that vinyl. It's a baking sheet actually, but it's really good. It is really good. Oh, yeah, I think that might be nice. Do I need that big one there? And then perhaps these 2 like that. Let me see if I can just make that a little bit better, and you can see, yeah, that's better, isn't it? So mind you, it's looking very symmetrical, isn't it? But then that will make it hang better, I think. I'm going to put the 2 robins together. Oh, it's too late now anyway. Or should I? Oh, for goodness sake. For goodness sake. Right, anyway, I'm going to carry on. And oh look, I've already dropped the glue on the tablecloth here. So a little bit. Where did that one go? I'm going to put that one there. And I'm going to add it to there. I can see I'm not used to using this glue. Oh look, it's all over the place. I'm going to have to do some cleaning up. I don't like this glue. I do not like using glue, and this is why. Move that one over there. Do I want them all touching like that? Yeah, I think. No, I don't. No, I don't. Oh goodness, I'm making such a mess here. This is before I've had my little sherry. I think I get the sherry mist tonight. Right, there we go. Now, perhaps another time I do this, I won't make them so thick. Now, I'm going to let this dry. See if I can move it from the tablecloth. Oh, yeah, I can. Just about. Right, I'm going to let these dry. And then what I will do is decorate it a little bit more. Oh, that robin doesn't look very strong. I don't know why I'm laughing. I've got time for this, like any of us have. Right, so, yeah, give that time to dry. And then I'm going to just add a little bit more, I don't know, probably some of this. I did change my mind about the string. I didn't think the string was going to work at all. Yeah, I might add some of that, some beads. See what I've got hanging around here. And next time you see this, hopefully it will be finished here, although there is a lot more that I could do to it. But I'm just going to run through it from the top to the bottom. I have hung it on the wall, and it does swivel, it does turn around, and I have to say it does look very, very pretty, prettier than it is here. I've put an old earring here to hook it on to whatever I'm going to hang it on. I think maybe it's quite a length, and I think it might be too big for the Christmas tree. So I think at the moment I'm going to hang it in my porch on the door, on the window, because it did look nice when I hanged it there a little while ago. So we have that, the gold earring there, just an odd earring. Cinnamon sticks, ease it up. Now these tassels, couldn't resist. I took from the edge of that tablecloth. There's one of them, and I've taken 2 off from the other corners. No, I've taken 3 off because you'll see the third one soon. So those from the tablecloth. And I found as I was doing this, it was taking on the look of a Christmas tree. Now, I didn't intend it that way, but as I go down, you might start to see a slight triangular look. And I thought, what an excellent way of making a Christmas tree. For anyone who's not into greenery and the trees, just to, it's a symbolic, could be a symbolic tree. So there we go here. This I've just found in a drawer. It's another odd earring. It's gingerbread man. And like I've said, like a Christmas tree, I'm going to hang it there. You don't have to do this, but I think once you start hanging things on this, it's addictive. Because down here, I've also got a tiny little silver robin. I've taken that off something as well. So there we go. I put a button on here, a little gold button. It's not showing very gold, but that is a gold fabric there. And then if I bring it up here, you can see the cinnamon sticks and a little group of beads here, around there, and the final tassel. Okay, so there we are, and this hasn't taken long at all. Oops, cinnamon sticks getting caught on this tablecloth. So let's see how I can ruin this one now. So I hope you like that. It's a shame I couldn't get it actually hanging, but as I say, it was moving. There we are. You can see it's ready to twist around. So I'm quite pleased with it. It didn't cost anything. Tassels off the tablecloth that I put the glue on. Put the glue on. Had the beads already, and the gold thread, an earring there. And these, as you saw me cut these out, were just little bits of cross stitch that were lying around. Now, you don't have to use anything like this. As I said earlier on at the beginning, you can take your motifs from anywhere, even a little bit of crochet, anything you have. Fabric doesn't have to be Christmas inspired. You could start working on one for spring, whatever. It's entirely up to you. So as I say, I am quite pleased with this. Well, actually, I'm very pleased because I don't know if you can see the twinkle effect that I was after. You can see that I have, I think that's better. If I use the light here, you can actually see the effect that I'm after with the Christmas lights or the lamp shining on them. Oh, I do like a bit of bling. So, as I say, I do hope you like that. Very, very quick. It's a very quick project to do. You have everything you need. Maybe not the cinnamon sticks if you're not into cinnamon, but twigs from the garden. You don't have to use them. You could use something else that you have lying around. Bits of broken earrings if that's what you want, if you actually want to dress what could be your tiny tree. And that's it. Let's take that up a bit and you might see a bit more of it. Well, I'll see if I can get that under as well. One last look. Right, there we go. And that is it. So on that note, I'm finishing it there. I'd like to say a big hello to all the new subscribers. I hope you're all keeping well and you're up to date with your Christmas preparations. I know it sounds really early, but today is what, the 25th, so it's only a month to go. But I don't know what it's like in other countries, but here we tend to start our Christmases now really early. So preparations here are well underway. We went to another Christmas market last weekend in Winchester, a very old city in England, down by the coast, quite near the Isle of Wight. And that was wonderful as well. Beautiful cathedral. Do love a nice cathedral, as you know. And we just had a lovely time. So we're off to more Christmas. Oh, we're off to our local one, Rochester, this Saturday. And that is a really nice one that people drive into and come miles for. And it's only down the road from us. So we'll be going there. And as you've probably picked up, I love Christmas. I love Christmas. But if you don't, you can adapt these to whatever you want. All right, now, as I said, all take care. Wherever you are in this strange old world at the moment, keep safe, okay? I'll get back to you soon. Bye.